What's up, everybody? My name is Brad and welcome back to the channel. Today we're back with a book review and we're going to be discussing Only the Stains Remain by Bram Stoker Award nominated author Ross Jeffery. Now this is Ross's newest novella. It comes out on July 20th, or if this is already past July 20th, then it's already out for your purchasing pleasure. But it's put out by Cemetery Gates Media, and I want to say that this is my favorite Ross Jeffery book that I've read so far. I've read his novella Juniper, I read his novel Tome, and this is not a slight on either one of those books whatsoever, because I really enjoyed both of those, but I can see a tremendous growth in Ross's talents and his writing ability and his storytelling going from Juniper to Only the Stains Remain, and I can't wait to see what he puts out next. I think his next thing is going to be a novel, maybe, called Hostage. Not sure if it's a novel or novella. But that's beside the point. We're not here to talk about that today. We're here to talk about Only the Stains Remain, my now favorite Ross Jeffery piece of writing. So let's go ahead and I'll quit rambling and we'll dive right into the review. Have you ever had a stain that you tried to remove? Maybe you got spaghetti sauce on your favorite shirt, or maybe your kids have dumped grape juice all over the carpet. Whatever it may be, it always seems like stains are nearly impossible to get rid of completely. You know, you wash and you scrub and you rinse and repeat, and maybe that stain disappears for the most part. There's always that faint shadow, that lingering bit of residue that reminds you of the stain that once was. Maybe no one else will ever notice it, but you will. You'll always remember the stain that was once there. Knowing how hard stains are to remove, imagine a stain that's more than surface level, something more than skin deep, a mental stain that is seeped and soaked into one's very being, into the essence that makes them who they are. It's like a drop of blood in a glass of water. It spreads and taints the entire body. Those stains last forever. They may ease and fade with time, but those are the stains that will always remain. Only the Stains Remain by Ross Jeffery is a perfect example, a hauntingly perfect example of the type of horror that I'm drawn to the most, and that's that real life human horror. I think that's why I really enjoy the regional lit, Southern grit lit type of stories, because it deals with that real life human horror, the things that actually can happen and unfortunately do happen. The believability of human horror is something that resonates with me far more than any vampire, werewolf, or cosmic entity ever will. It's in our nature as humans. It's human nature to be cruel to one another. Sometimes it's with our cutting words, or sometimes it's with our violent actions. Whatever it is, we as humans, we seem to take some sort of sick pleasure in inflicting pain upon others, whether it was intentional or not. The human monsters, those are the most terrifying monsters of all. This is a story about that human cruelty, about that pain, and how those scars and stains last forever. There are no creatures here hiding beneath the bed, no monsters lurking within the shadows of the closet. These are the monsters that are wrapped in human flesh. They don't possess razor-sharp claws and fangs. No, the weapons they brandish are lit cigarettes, empty whiskey bottles, belts, and late-night visits. Kyle and Jude are brothers. They're two young boys whose cancer-riddled mother is their last line of defense against the harshness of life, the dam holding that darkness at bay. For in that darkness, monsters lurk, waiting to feast upon the souls of the innocent. When the boy's mom passes away, that final thin barrier of protection, it crumbles away, allowing that darkness to flood in, bringing the monsters along with it. Those who were supposed to look after Kyle and Jude, be their protectors and guardians, those are the very ones who betray that trust, who destroy that sacred sanctuary of family. The boy's own father throws Kyle and Jude through his neglectful, drunken inaction to the hungry, circling wolves that are their uncles. Through fear, intimidation, control, and neglect, these men carry out their vile abuses against these two young boys, against these two brothers, against their own flesh and blood. Each scar, each touch, each whispered threat, slowly staining any sliver of hope these boys were holding on to until they are hollowed out, until they are a husk of their former selves, utterly alone, even though they are surrounded by so-called family. The tragedy that is Only the Stains Remain by Ross Jeffery, it is not a sprint. It's not something that's over within the blink of an eye. It's an arduous journey, a gut-wrenching marathon of pain, trauma, torture, and regret. It is the violation of innocence, of childhoods tarnished and ripped away, of once happy and fond memories curdling like soured milk. Dig deep down, though, beneath all the blood, sweat, and tears, and you'll also find this is a story of love. of an unbreakable brotherly bond that is stronger than anything that could ever hope to shatter it, of seeking retribution no matter the cost, and keeping your promises to those who matter most. And to close out the review, to quote from the book, because when all is said and done, when we look back on our lives, the truth is that only the stains remain. So this has been my review of Only the Stains Remain by Ross Jeffery. If you can't tell, I love this book. It was an amazing read. Amazing might not be the word for it based on the subject matter, but it's a solid 5-star read, definitely in my book. But that's been my 5-star review of Only the Stains Remain by Bram Stoker Award-nominated author Ross Jeffery, put out by Cemetery Gates Media. It's available on July 20th. If it's past July 20th, like I said earlier, go ahead and pick it up, check it out. Can't wait to see what comes next from Ross. But that's all I have for you guys today, so thank you for spending your time with me. Again, my name is Brad, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.